All right, we're live. So, hey guys, what is up? This is Yannis and welcome to another video. Now, today's concept is really interesting because what I want to talk about today is the three things, okay, that I learned from doing a PhD in engineering. Okay, these will be some mindsets and some ways of thinking that personally helped me throughout my whole life in terms of business, in terms of life. And these are the things that I learned in the university. Now, listen, I know that many people around the world constantly are saying things against the university, right? They're saying things like, oh, university is for losers. Oh, you do not need a university to succeed. Oh, if you want to learn about business, you need to learn business and not learn from a class. Yes, I do agree in a small gist, right? Number one, you do not need to go to university to be successful and happy. I agree. Number two, you do not need to go to university if you want to start a business, right? Because professors there probably do not own a business, but you are going to learn more things from starting your own business than doing a master's in business. But on the other side, we need to understand that if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, you do need to study in the university. You can learn those things by reading a book. Oh, you proceed into a surgery of open heart by cutting the patient in the middle, opening him up and taking the heart out with your hand. No, the patient is going to die, right? So if you are like an engineer, lawyer, and all these things, you do need to study. For me, it's not only in terms of knowledge now. That's why I like to study. Like I'm basically studying for 9 years. I did 5 years my undergrad and masters, and 5 more years my PhD. Right now, I'm on my last final year. So hopefully in a year from now, I'll be able to call myself a doctor. And I'm really excited because that's something that I really like, not be called a doctor, which is cool. But you know, what I do with my engineering career and my PhD, I personally think it's really interesting. Now, apart from the knowledge, which was accumulated throughout all those 9-10 years of my studies, I learned 3 other things that I think are way more important. And these are the things that I always try to help other people realize. And these are the things that help me in my life, in terms of life, in terms of business, in terms of dating, in terms of sports, in terms of, you know, being more happy, fulfilled, and productive as well. And these are the things I want to share with you today. Now, the first thing is that my studies and my PhD in engineering taught me how to work under pressure, all right? How to be able to deal with pressure, how to, you know, be able to work in a strict deadline, right? Because here's the thing, when we are, you know, when you don't go to studies, you know, you don't have those exams waiting for you in 2 months that then become 1 month, that then become 3 weeks, and you realize, oh, I need to start studying, become 2 weeks, and you're like, okay, shit, I really need to start studying, becomes 1 week, and then you're like, okay, I'm fucked, it's time for me to start reading now. And you start reading and you pass the exam, right? Those exams basically taught everyone how to work into a smaller, like, because as university students, I guess, I assume that you don't study the whole year round, right? You're only studying few months, few weeks, few days before the exam, right? So you preparing yourself to learn, to take all the information and analyze it in a way so that you learn the gist in a few days or months or weeks, and then give the result, give the basic knowledge, learn, extract the knowledge of a huge book in a few weeks, right? This is super important because you learn how to work under pressure. And whatever you do in your life, you need to learn how to do this. Not because you need to have a hectic work environment, but because you need to learn, here's the important thing, you need to learn how to stay calm under pressure. This is the key thing, right? It's not learning how to work under pressure and being like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna put those things here. No, it's about being able to understand that, okay, shit, have to do this and this and this and this, but it's okay. We calm, get yourself calm. Okay, you got this, relax, let's go. First thing, let's work on it. Yes, I know there are also other things that I need to do, but I'm going to finish this one first. Done. Let's go to this one. Don't worry, Yannis, you're okay, relax, you're gonna make it. Third thing, etc., etc. That's the key thing, that you learn not how to work under pressure, but how to be relaxed and work under pressure. Because if you work under pressure, you're gonna make mistakes by default, because it makes sense. But if you manage to keep yourself calm during the problems, then not only you're going to solve the problems, but you're not also going to lose your mind. Now, this is the first thing that I learned. The second thing that I learned from studying and doing a PhD in engineering is how to find a solution when maybe there is no solution, right? This is specifically for, what I learned from my engineering career, if you will, and from doing research in engineering. Basically, we always, as human beings, we like to focus on the negatives, right? We like to focus on the negative. We like to focus on the problem. And we get so obsessed with, oh shit, there is this huge rock coming up to me. Oh shit, there is an alien invasion. Oh shit, there is a nuclear bomb coming. Obviously, this never happened, but for the sake of the video, just spit some artistic, whatever. Anyway, so we tend to focus so much on the negative that we neglect to focus on how to solve the negative. So when you're doing research, especially in the high levels of engineering, when we focus on actually being researching and not as an undergraduate where I was just, reading books about what is entropy. Right now on my PhD, we're really doing research and we're trying to understand why this is happening and how can we affect this? How can we influence this? What will happen if we change these parameters to what we're doing? You see, we're trying to connect all the dots together, which therefore makes us think not only about the problem we're trying to solve, but the solution to this problem and how can we find the solution in the best, easiest, most cost and time effective way. That's the key. And this is something that we also need to learn to do in our own lives, right? You have a problem. Well, welcome to being alive. This is what life is all about, dealing with problems. And obviously having fun and making money during the process, but you are going to fail and you're going to meet many problems. So here's the thing. Instead of looking at the problem and be like, shit, what will I do, right? You need to start thinking about, okay, here's the problem. Chill. Remember, number one, stay relaxed under pressure. Okay, now it's time to deal with the problem. Let's focus on finding the solution to this problem instead of being anxious of how huge, of how painful, and how hard this problem is. Okay, it doesn't matter. Just focus on finding the solution. Which brings me to step number three, to lesson number three, mindset number three, way of thinking number three that I learned from studying engineering for 10 years and doing a PhD in engineering, which is that I basically learned how to think in a way that I put things into little boxes, right? And this is why I believe that, I don't believe that I'm smart. Like, okay, I'm not stupid, but I don't believe that I'm the smartest person. I do know how to think. I am very smart, like in logical ways, okay? But my biggest asset, if you will, is that I can have like a pile of information. And what I do is that I extract everything in a way that I just then put them into boxes, right? And after I put those into boxes, I put them into a logical order that solve the solution to the puzzle. Now, let me give you another example. In my research, like we have an experiment, and the experiment gives us many different results based on different parameters. Maybe we see that the material has a defect here, and we know that the temperature is this, that the pressure is this, that the force we applied was that, and we also know from the literature that those things happen in other experiments. Okay, so your job now is to take all of this, put them into boxes, and then put them into a logical order. Same with your business, right? If you see that you're not making as money as you want, okay, My problem in business is that I'm not making enough money. Cool. First of all, pile of information. Let's see, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? What other people are doing? Okay. What else can I try? Good. Okay. Now, if I take all of these, let's just put them into categories. Okay. These are the things that would help my marketing. These are the things that will help my sales. These are the things that will probably help my processes and systems. These are the things that will help my team. Now, in which order should I do all those actions, all those boxes, in order to provide me with a result? That's the thing. That's what's interesting. Having the ability to extract from a pile of information the important things, right? Then put those things into boxes as categories, and then follow the order of those boxes in a way, right, that makes logical sense, right? Accompanied with the fact of focusing on finding the solution and not on the problem, and being relaxed when working under pressure is something that will help you a lot in your life, right? In anything you do, whoever you are, if you are an undergraduate, if you are a doctor, if you are a male, if you're a female, if you are Greek, if you are American, if you are human or if you're an alien, it doesn't matter. If you follow those ways of thinking, those mindsets, you will see that things become easier because now you have a more structured way of thinking. And that's exactly why I believe that people should study, people should go to university, right? Because you learn how to think. And many other reasons why. Maybe I'll do a video about this in the future, but the university basically is teaching you how to think. That's what I personally learned. Yes, I did learn about knowledge, but it's not what really stuck in my head, right? I don't remember, if you ask me, okay, what's the definition of entropy that I did probably in my second year of university? I don't remember what is the exact definition as I remember then, but I can tell you in a few words or phrases what it is, right? Because I learned how to think. I analyzed everything, and that's what I want from you. From now on, try to analyze. And another thing that you can do, and this will be definitely a video concept for another time, is to reverse engineering, right? When I said put things into boxes, and extract from a pile of information the important things, another thing that you could do here is to reverse engineer, right? To go from the end solution where you are, step by step backwards till you get to where you are. And basically those things are your boxes. And on those things, you can just take things from the pile of your information, put them into the structure, and then work on those things, right? So without further ado, because I think this was a long video, hopefully you took something out of it. Sorry if I was, I said too many things, but another thing. Did you see what I did on this video? I said 3 things, way of thinking, that if you saw, those things were built on top of the other thing. And thus now those things stuck with you, because you know that I shouldn't be working, I should be relaxed under pressure. And whenever I work, I should focus on the solution and do this in a way that I put things into little boxes so that I can analyze them better. Those things are built on top of the other thing, because in my mind, those are 3 boxes, right? Those are 3 boxes in a linear way that give a solution. And that's what you need to do. You have a YouTube channel, create those 3, 4, 5 lessons, make them boxes, create them in the logical order, and display this to your audience. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Now, your 3 boxes are the following. Box number 1, if you put this on full screen, you get off the full screen and you click the like button. Okay, let me see. Okay, you did it. Now you click the subscribe button. Do it. I see you. Good. And now you click also the notification bell so that you get notified every single time I release a new video. So since you did your 3 boxes, click, click, click. Thank you for watching. I'll see you very soon on the next video. Take care.